Well, that breaking news, the New Mexico State University men's basketball team suspended indefinitely because of hazing allegations. Tonight, we're hearing from NMSU leadership for the first time. It comes after two players announcing they're leaving the team. We have team coverage tonight. Julian Parras is in Las Cruces with the response from students and fans. And Bethany Miller is here in studio with a statement we've just received from the NMSU Chancellor. Bethany.
Well, Sasha, the virtually unheard of move came last night. Now, Chancellor Dan Arvizu says the suspension is over reports of alleged hazing. Arvizu saying, quote, "I was so heartbroken and sickened to hear about these hazing allegations. Hazing is a despicable act. NMSU policy strictly prohibits hazing in all forms, and it's something we simply will not tolerate." The Aggies were set to play California Baptist today. That game, of course, canceled. Arvizu says the players were interviewed when they returned to Las Cruces today, and the coaching staff put on paid administrative leave. And while Arvizu is the only NMSU official we've heard from so far, KOAT did speak to a former member of the NMSU Board of Regents earlier today. Bob Gallagher calling the suspension of the Aggies program, quote, gut-wrenching. He cites an epic fall from grace for NMSU. Just last year, the Aggies won the WAC title, went on to stun fifth-ranked UConn in the NCAA tournament before bowing out in the round of 32. On the heels of the shooting that involved Aggie player Mike Peake back in November, Gallagher blames a lack of leadership at the university for the recent events.
I'd say disgusting. If you want to get dramatic, despicable. I think there's going to be enough players involved in the hazing incident that the Aggies would fall to under 7 healthy players on a roster, which, according to the NCAA, you can then cancel and suspend games because you have less than 7 people that are available.
Well, Gallagher saying because of that, he would be, quote, shocked if the Aggies play another game this season. Sasha, back to you.
Bethany, thank you. The university's Board of Regents saying the board supports the action taken by the university leaders and is confident a full and thorough investigation will be conducted. As the new allegations are being looked into by the university, reporter Julian Parras is in Las Cruces and spoke with students who say something with the program needs to change.
Here in Las Cruces, some say the Aggies are the pride and soul of this town. Now students from New Mexico State University are saying something needs to change about the program for it to be better than what it is now.
They should pull their heads out of their butts and actually figure out what they need to do and how they need to be better than what they've been doing.
Colorful comments coming from New Mexico State students after new allegations came out against the Aggies basketball program. The students are hearing about it everywhere, and so are people in the community.
My whole family knew about it, my mom, my sisters who don't go here, who are still in high school.
The program sent out this statement Friday, confirming operations will be suspended until further notice. They made clear these new allegations are not connected to the shooting last year in Albuquerque, allegedly involving an NMSU basketball player.
It's a bit disappointing just hearing from it. Just as a student, sports is always looked into like colleges as like a positive thing.
Members of the team are also showing their frustrations. Players Shahar Lazar and Kent Olweiler posting they are leaving the program. As an investigation is underway, students still have hope their Aggies will eventually come out on top.
They'd probably learn from this and not do it again. And so I'd take them back next year.
During our time in Las Cruces, we have worked to get the latest police report from NMSU PD. They say they will notify us once it is ready. In Las Cruces, Julian Parras, KOAT, Action 7 News.
Julian, thank you. This is not the first controversy the team has faced this season. Last year, one of its players, Mike Peake, was involved in a deadly shooting on the UNM campus after a group lured Peake outside and jumped him. Gunfire was exchanged. Police say Peake shot and killed UNM student Brandon Travis. The shooting was ruled as self-defense and Peake has not been charged. Peake was suspended indefinitely from the team in early December for his involvement in that shooting. NMSU says the recent allegations are not related to that incident. We, of course, will continue to follow this investigation as it develops. You can download the KOAT app for the latest on this story.